Hello, we have something pretty cool today. We have a follow-up to our goat mod video. Last time we showed you all the pieces and parts, all the components necessary for all of our suspension modifications, wheel and tire mods, everything. Basically all the piles of parts that we showed you before, we have them completed. And I have 3 different examples here. So behind me are all G550s. I've got a 2016 G550, I've got a 2013 G550, and a 2014 G550. They're all a little different though. To start with, we've got what we call the Stock Plus package on the 16. It's a gorgeous spec. It's blue with the saddle tan interior. Such a good looking truck. This one, you may notice, has been on our website and it is shown for sale, but it is recently sold. This is a palladium silver with the saddle tan interior. Really neat option on this one. And this is your black on black G550. This one is a full 2-inch package. This one's a full 4-inch package. And this one is Stock Plus. So we have Stock Plus, 2-inch, and 4-inch all right next to each other so we can see exactly what the differences are. So to start with, all these trucks have some similar components. Some of the things that are universal across all 3 different models is going to be our steering damper upgrade. We put that on every single truck because it works very well, either with the Stock Plus 2-inch or the 4-inch. There's no deviation from it. It works for everything. So it gets on every single one of our trucks. Also, these 2 trucks are running Fox suspension, and that one is running King just because it's physically larger wheels and tires and it sits higher. This one has the stock height springs, but a heavier rate, so it does sit a little bit higher. This one has the 2-inch springs, and it sits a little bit higher from there, and this one has the full 4-inch springs. Starting with this one though, overall, you're gonna notice it looks just like a factory truck. There's not a whole lot that deviates from the norm other than the wheel and tire size is a little different. Now, these trucks as a 16 model year originally came with 19-inch wheels. They looked okay. The only thing that no one really talks about is there's no aftermarket tire support for a 19-inch wheel, meaning you can't really deviate from the factory tire size. So because we like that look and the customer is going to keep this truck largely on the road but wants the stance, wants the functionality, and wants something that's going to work well if he drives it cross country, we chose an all-terrain Falcon tire. We went with a 20-inch AMG wheel instead. It still has that cool 5-spoke blacked out look. It's going to be primarily street driven, so he's going to have good performance out of it, but with the right tire combination, it's going to ride well also. You'll notice we've got our Fox damper in there with the adjustable reservoir. We've got our springs, everything's dialed in. Long story short, you can basically take this truck any speed limit plus illegal speed limits down the freeway and not worry about it. Now, this customer elected not to do the running boards, so he kept his factory ones on there. He has his factory muffler or factory exhaust tips out the back. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And to finish off around the interior, we have our screen upgrade on there as well. It's a touchscreen, it's Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, all the good stuff. So overall, this is a really clean truck, really nice spec. Pretty simple build, but it really enhances the way the truck goes down the road. It rides and drives beautifully. And this is the 4-liter bi-turbo motor, brilliant truck. It's leaving next week. The next one over. This one is, for lack of better words, just an incredibly clean build. Incredibly low miles, 44,000 miles on the clock, palladium silver, blacked out the front end. The truck is sporting our rock sliders with grip tape, so you can see what these look like on a truck. They work really well with this truck with everything else blacked out on the truck. Now, this one is actually running 33-inch tires. So for comparison's sake, we have 31s versus 33. When you go back and forth, they're not a whole lot different, but when you step back and look at the overall picture of the truck, it really dials everything in. The other thing that you're gonna notice is the wheels on this are actually color matched to the truck. These are not powder coated, these are actually painted. So it's got the exact same color code on these wheels. It's one of those little subtle things that really makes it pop. We don't do this a lot, we don't see this a lot, but when it's done right, it really works well. Again, we have the Fox 2.0 dampers in there. We've got our springs, we've got our steering damper. The key difference in suspension is this one also has caster correction bushings to make it steer very nicely going down the road. For lack of better words, both of these vehicles can go anywhere, 100% user, daily drivable. You don't have to worry about shakes, shimmies, rattles, anything goofy. It tracks straight, they go down the road beautifully. So also this one has our command upgrade inside as well, and it's also got saddle interior. What are the odds we have 2 trucks with saddle tan interior? Just a really gorgeous option. Now, here's a fun fact for you since I've got you here in this truck. Saddle interior, this also has matte finish wood trim in there, which is Again, really, really cool, rare option. But the full leather steering wheel on this means you've got a heated steering wheel. The truck behind us has a mahogany steering wheel, but it's not heated. So when you have the full leather wheel, it's heated. One of those little fun facts, now you know. So really fun, really nicely well-built, dialed-in truck. This one, we just wrapped up today, so it's a little dirty from the test drive, but this is a 2014 G550, again, a low mileage unit that has a 4-inch lift and is sitting on 35s. Coming around here, you see it's got the Rotiform STL, as you've seen in one of my other videos. This is a really cool wheel that's made by Rotiform back in the day, and it's meant to be an homage or a throwback to the old steel wheels that these originally came from. I'll bet we've spec'd this in a 20-inch size. Again, partially for the look, the stance, functionality. It really fits well with these trucks. We're seeing more and more of these on there and more of them being requested just because they really fit the motif. This one we went with the Mickey Thompson ATs. It's a good tire like the Falcons are. It's got a little bit more aggressive sidewall. They're still quiet going down the road. These work really, really well in snow, mud, and kind of weird situations that the Falcons aren't quite as good in. So I do like these tires. Being as this is a 4-inch lift truck, it's got twice the amount of components as the 2-inch or the Goat Mod truck. So you can notice we have control arms, we have sway bar drop brackets, we have a transmission crossmember drop bracket, which you cannot see unless you get underneath the truck. But there's just a lot more pieces and parts to go into this. Also, this truck is sporting front and rear drive shafts that are double carbon. In other words, these are aftermarket drive shafts that we actually make here locally with fully serviceable U-joints as well. This one does have king suspension, and the adjusters are a little different. They're mounted up front in front of the rear wheel, but you've got a big red knob which you can adjust your suspension softer or firmer based on how you desire it. Now, it's kind of cool having both these next to each other. Even though it's a 550, keen-eyed viewers may say, hey, that's got a 63 front end on it. Yes, indeed, this is an aftermarket front end. This is how a G550 front end should look of this era. This is an aftermarket one. Again, it's aesthetics. I'm not going to knock it because some people have personal preference. I will say overall this truck will also go through a phase 2 where we do a full front end, front bumper conversion, winch, everything up front. This is a temporary stand-in until the customer, we decide on the final bumper on that. But coming here for a second. Want to take a case to show you. So these are our rock sliders that we do make in-house. This is what they look like with the grip tape. For lack of better words, this is the same stuff you see on skateboards that is pretty indestructible, and it works really nicely. This is them without the grip tape. This is a little cleaner look. It is a powder-coated texture finish, and you're not gonna be able to wear this off. So just wanted to show these back to back so you can see exactly what they look like. And ultimately, when the time comes to put rock sliders on your truck, you're able to make the right decision based on what we have here. So again, to recap, we've got 3 trucks, and these all represent the final version of what we showed you in our last video where we had all the pieces and parts laid out there. We have a 4-inch lift truck, which is approximately, by the way, 84 inches tall, for those of you wondering how much garage clearance you have. 84 inches tall, it's a 4-inch lift truck, 35-inch tires. You can go either 18s or 20s on your wheel size, and we always do king suspension on these. This is our standard, our Goat Mod truck. This is our go-to, just to have everything look how it should have come from the factory, 100% functional. This is a 2-inch lift truck running on 33-inch tires on factory 18s that have been color matched. Also, it has the same steering damper upgrade as our other trucks. This has caster correction bushings. This is running on Fox 2.0s, 2-inch springs. We have the command upgrade. There's a lot of color matching that went on this truck, and it's just a really clean, sharp build. This represents the stock plus build for someone that is going to use their truck primarily for street use and just wants it to be better, a better factory G-Wagon. This is your solution. This is your answer. And this one is actually, we switched over to 20-inch AMG wheels with 31-inch Falcon tires. I can't knock it. It's a really sharp look, and I like it, and this truck handles amazing. Aside from that, it's got the Fox 2.0s, it's got the springs, it's got the steering damper set up. All 3 of these trucks have braided stainless brake lines. These are plus 2 inches, so if you want to add more height in the future, you can. These are also plus 2 inches, and those are plus 4 inches, so you're covered no matter what. All the trucks have the command screen upgrade as well. There's one thing around the back side I want to show you since we're here. All right, so on the back of this truck, the 4-inch lift truck, I want to take the opportunity to show off the back bumper setup. So this one, we're actually running the AFN bumper with the integrated tire carrier. And the way it works is when you open the door, the tire actually separates from the door and it's on this arm there. So when you go to shut it, the door is actually pretty light because the door itself is not supporting the weight. But when you shut it, the tire actually latches onto the back of the door and everything is one cohesive unit. So when you're going down the road, you don't have 100+ wheel and tire combo hanging off the back of the door, pulling it off. It's a pretty clean setup. The other thing that you're gonna notice are we've got 2 LED lights back here. We've got one for the reverse, one for the rear fog light, and we tie that into the truck and then we reconfigure the dash so it doesn't throw a bunch of warning lights because it goes from incandescent to LED. So that's something we do in-house as well. So that's what the back bumper looks like on this truck. This one, we do have a matching spare. This wheel though is not color matched. We will probably do that before it heads out the door, but it is reversed. So this is overall what it looks like. It's important to have a matching spare wheel and tire combo. So if something does happen, you can go there. This truck is what it's representing with the AMG wheels, and we kept the factory one on there for now. Not a bad way to go. Let's talk about the primary customer for each one of these vehicles. Here we have the 4-inch one. Your primary use for this truck is you want a no compromise vehicle. It's a G-Wagon. They're designed to go off-road, they're designed to go on-road and not compromise anything. This enhances that. This makes it so you can tackle 99% of the trails in Colorado or the US and not give up a single thing. This is your truck. You can drive it to the trails in comfort and AC and heat, and you can air down and go off-road and laugh at all the other Jeeps and Toyotas that are stuck. This is your truck for that. The next one, our GOAT model, our most popular package by far. This one is arguably aesthetically how they should have come from the factory. It just looks on point. Also, this is with a 2-inch lift, all-terrain tires, and a couple other mods. This is a great no compromise truck for a daily driver usable vehicle. You can take it off-road, you can tackle probably 95% of the trails here in Colorado with it and still have a blast. It's a great economical solution. It makes the truck so much more joyous to live with on a daily basis. Arguably one of my favorite platforms to date. And this one is your stock plus setup. This is for someone that has a factory G-Wagon, likes it, lives in an urban environment. Maybe they are a superintendent and have to go off-road on job sites every now and then. This is your truck. Yes, you can still take this off-road and get surprisingly far. They're shocking how capable these are. But this is a great package for someone looking to start with and get into it. The nice part about this is each one of these is in a progression as well. So if you want to start with this, if you want to upgrade to this, all you're looking at is springs and bushings. It's a relatively inexpensive change to go from this to this. And if you want to go from this to that, it's a few extra bucks, but you're already partially there. So each one of these is meant to be progressive so that you can continue up the ladder if you choose to going down the road. One of the things I want to stress with every one of our builds, and this is non-negotiable, is every one of our builds or trucks that goes out of our shop has to be 100% daily driver usable without compromise, meaning you don't get shakes, vibrations, weird driving handling characteristics, or you don't have to explain it to anybody going down the road. Whether you have the stock plus, the GOAT mod, or the 4-inch, you can 100% daily drive every single one of these trucks Sunday to Sunday. We're not talking about a Monday through Friday truck and then a weekend warrior. No, this is 7 days a week, no compromises. So if ultimately you love the aesthetic of the 4-inch truck and you want that for your daily driver, let's make it happen. Every single one of these packages is put together to be just that, no compromises.
Okay, in this next clip, we're going to show, we slow it down a little bit, but I want you to pay attention to each one of these trucks as they go over this target parking lot speed bump thing, as we call it. Anyway, I want you to notice how it goes off of the edge, how it lands, and how it compresses, but more importantly, it rebounds and stops, meaning you have complete control over the entirety of this excursion. I likely would not have spilled my coffee in any one of these scenarios, but the key thing is it's controlled, it's comfortable, and you can just keep going and not worry about losing control of the truck. And that's the most important thing. Check it out. See, as I told you, to reiterate, the trucks go off the edge, they land, they compress once, they rebound, and they keep going. In a factory G-Wagon, you couldn't do that. It would bottom out on the lip, it would go up, it would come down, and it would continue to bounce as it goes down the road. Hence, you're losing control and momentum and overall stability of the vehicle. And that's what we're looking to eliminate here. All three of these trucks are worlds better than the factory suspension system, as you just saw.
So with that, Thanks for watching. We have all 3 models here lined up that show completed versions of all the things that we offer and the packages we offer. If it's something you're interested, definitely get in touch with us. You can either email us, you can go to our website, nothingbutgs.com. We're always adding inventory and pieces and parts and things and stuff to look at. Don't forget, we got cool t-shirts and all that good stuff now too. And we're more than happy to discuss how to make your next G-Wagon awesome and cool, just like one of these.